Hello, welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live, where we solve the world's best crosswords together every day live on stream. I see a bunch of our old friends joining, a couple new friends too. Scav is first to comment today. Hey Scav, how you doing? Someone's username was I'm not clever right now. I don't know if that was made just to view this show, but I think that's how a lot of people feel when they show up to this show, but everyone ends up feeling clever when they solve a crossword together, because you always have something to contribute. Hey, Warthog, Nancy already followed us. That's awesome. Early follower. Welcome, Nancy. And Briley says, let's go. All right, let's go. Mini's on YouTube. Joyce is saying hey on YouTube. The whole gang is here. I'm psyched to dive in. If you are new here, my name is Jack. I will guide us through the crossword, but these are always more fun the more collaborative they are. So if you see a clue and think you know the answer, pop it into chat, and I will collect everybody's input and really make this a group-solving effort. We're solving another LA Times crossword on stream today, and these have been great, so I'm looking forward to it. Brandy followed us as well. A lot of quick... And Joyce on YouTube says, I liked and subbed. You guys are the best. And ST says, I have a reason for not being clever. It's way too early. Lol, what time is it where you are? It's noon where I am. So that's not way too early for a crossword. And we already have 3 different guesses in chat for one across. Raucous field cry. I've seen ra, like, oops. How do I? Here I am. Ra. That's like rah, 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 like a cheerleader might say. Ole, which you'd say at a soccer field. And there was even another, boo. Yeah, so this, honestly, I think we're going to need to move on from one across because there's too many possibilities. Tina says it's 9 a.m. where Tina is, and Tess, it's 6 p.m. So we got people, it's 2 a.m. where ST5X2 is. Where are you? Lily's here saying hey. Hi, Lily. All right. Suffix with mod or nod. Maybe this is easier to work with than what we had before. Yeah, Scav and AJ Bradley, quick on this one. And Rick and Jackson are saying hey on YouTube. What do we think? Cameron says ULE. Yeah, I guess there's a suffix. Module and nodule are both words. Suffix with mod or nod, ULE. I think that works nicely. Scylla saying happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday to you as well. Avant-garde movement pioneered by George Brock. Ooh, boy. Any art history buffs in chat? Scav seems to be. What do we think? Anyone on YouTube know George Brock? Yeah, Briley knows it, and Scav knows it. All right, Cubism it's looking like. I typically associate Cubism with Picasso, but it fits nicely. It is an avant-garde art music, not music, movement. What do we got going? And Warthog likes Cubism as well. Lily says Scav knows everything. I know, that's really how it feels. You can't pull one over on Scav. Jenny Jelly, thanks for the heart. Yeah, and Tina's saying I only know Picasso for Cubism. That's where I am also. But also now, raucous field cry, none of the guesses were correct. We thought ole, ra, boo, but now we need to come up with something else. HA is pointing out, field is like a cornfield, not a playing field. I see. We were thinking baseball field or something, but Lay is saying caw. Wow. Like a crow's sound? AJ likes craw as well. Rough. User255 says, is there a theme today? There will be a theme. I'm guessing this long 17 across will be our first theme entry. The LA Times crosswords don't have titles, so there's no title to hint us toward the theme today. We'll just have to uncover it on our own. Oh, ST, you're in Australia watching this at 2 a.m. That's awesome. You must be a devoted crossword lover. Spellman graduate. We got AL in place. Spellman graduate. Dennis is on YouTube saying hi, and Mini also got caught. Okay. So we got a bunch of different guesses. So people saying alumni, and here's my problem with alumni, is that alumni is plural. And the clue is singular. And there tends to be agreement between clue and answer in terms of plural singular. I think it is alumna, as some people on TikTok are pointing out. And alumna is female specific. And so Spelman is a women's college. And so I think that is why they went with Spelman for this clue. Looking good. Dino Baby got that. Nice one. Sweet amenity. Sweet amenity. We got W-E. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I don't know. W-E. Chats have gone totally dry on that one. Maybe we have to pass. Or maybe I need some patience and wait a little bit longer for people to chime in. I don't know. Let's check 20 across. Yeah, Tina's like IDK. I don't know. All right. Let's hold off on 17 across for now. Oh, Lucinda's here, and just Stewie and Scarfia coming in with guesses just in time. Wet bar. I like that. Wet bar, very nice. Very nice indeed. Words of the weary. Words of the weary. Warthog wants I'm done, and Tess agrees, but now if wet bar is correct, those aren't going to work, right? Mark and Tina are both saying I'm beat. I like that answer. It's very colloquial. I'm beat. Oh, Alex says I'm busy. That's reasonable, although it's not quite weary, right? I feel like beat works a little bit better. Kobe likes it, so I like it. Polo of Good Trouble. Okay. I know one actress named Polo. I don't know this Good Trouble, but the actress I know does fit here. Razmataz Macal says there's a 15-letter word. There's a 15-letter but word at 17 across. Yeah, it might be a multi-word phrase. Dad Not Dudes and Scav saying Terry. Yeah, Terry Polo is what I was thinking too. Jessica and Alex like Terry as well. Do you guys know Good Trouble? What is this? Terry. Terry Polo. All right, rather than leaving butt hanging out here, why don't we look at 17 across? Because people are already starting to comment. Meeting of Monarchs, probably our first theme answer of the day. We got a question mark, which means we shouldn't be taking this at face value somehow. Yeah, and Razmataz, these can be multi-word phrases. Yes. Oh, Amy Gal says butting of heads. Butting of heads. Doesn't quite fit, but I also am not sure I get meeting of monarchs, a butting of head. Oh, butting of heads, like heads of state, maybe. Is that the idea? Dad Not Dude and Tina and AJ and Kath say butterfly. Yeah, monarch butterflies. That's legit. Yeah, Razmataz likes monarch butterflies as well. Hi, Christy. Good morning to you. Or butterflies, yeah. But I don't know. We don't quite yet know what the meeting is going to be. So maybe we leave this here and work our way over there via crosses. How does that sound? Christy, thanks for that heart. Let's polish off 22 across. Mocking irreverence. Briley says butterfly kisses. Yeah, meeting of monarchs. Yeah, that I actually really like that. Butterfly kisses, and it looks like it's going to fit. Butterfly effects, says Brandon. That's the problem, is there are actually a lot of options here. Oops. Yeah, snark. Nice. Floss and Lil Manila say snark, mocking irreverence. Love it. And what do we have here? Sea dog. Minius Mini gets snare. Yeah, I think snark is a little more irreverent than snare. Snarl, though, Minius Mini's next guess, actually could be it. I feel like if you snarl at someone, that is awfully irreverent. Jenny Jelly And Briley, an unknown stuntman, saying mariner for sea dog. Yeah, I think sea dog is just slang for someone who spends a lot of time on the sea. Barbara's on Facebook. Welcome, Barbara. Can we see 19 down? Figure out the letter. Where's 19 down? Yeah, let's get there when we get there. Let's do the left to right solve. Last chance to object. Last chance to object. What is this? Another kind of colloquial. Jessica is registering another guest for 17. I think she said it multiple times. Meeting of Monarchs, Butterfly Social. Okay. I could see that working. And it's sort of a play. We'll find out. We'll get there soon enough. Lucinda likes speak now. Yeah, Tina's like, or forever hold your peace. Last chance to object. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I think that's the idea. Brandon says, silly fact, Stony Brook University mascot is a sea dog. Looks like a sea lion with a dog head. Really? That is a fun fact. Silly fact. Literally a sea dog, part sea lion, part dog head. I feel like more school mascots should do those hybrid animals because otherwise, how many different Panthers are there, you know? You can't all be the Panthers. We got Adam and I'm trolling you. I hope not. And Cameron all saying tort for lawsuit basis. Yeah, that looks good. Very good. Pretty smooth sailing so far. Yeah. Scav says, I think that's just like a class in law school, torts. I think so too. I think tort is like something you can sue someone for that's not a crime per se. It's not like criminal court, but it is some kind of harm being caused that you can sue over. I'm sure there are lawyers in chat who can define it much better than I just did. Lucinda says staff for workforce. Yeah, that fits nicely. Alex says tort means injury. Flipsy got staff as well. Good one. Landon, who was governor of Kansas in the 1930s. What do we got? What do we got? Might as well look at 7 as well. Like some starts and returns. Interesting. Like some starts and returns. Floss is like not a clue. You don't know governors from the 1930s, Floss? Yeah, I think it is Alf Landon, and Alex is saying what I'm thinking, which is Alf from the TV show. Yeah, how could they resist the urge to clue Alf via the sitcom Alien? That show was also slightly before my time. Miniest Minnie and Barbara got Alf as well. Nice work. Okay. Oh, alien life form. Sella, is that what ALF stands for? I didn't realize ALF was an acronym. Alien life form, but that was also his name, right? Yeah, Floss is like, I knew I should have brushed up on my 1930s American governors. What are you doing? You come here unprepared? Okay. Milkman is saying false, and the miniest Minnie, false for 7 down. It fits. False starts are definitely a thing. What is false returns? Yeah, Tina says, I don't know false returns. Scav agrees. Gil says Alfred. Was Alf short for Alfred, or was it alien life form? Yeah, I don't know false returns. Milkman says taxes. It's something to do with taxes. Amanda Ives agrees. Income tax. Okay. Arctic. Fraudulent tax documents. Dad Not Dude is guessing. Someone named Beefo says Polar. I like that username. Beefo writes Polar Arctic. Got a lot of new names in chat, which I love to see. Sam is here. By the way, if you're watching this and you don't follow us, do consider following us. We do this every day at noon. with a fresh crossword, and we'd love to see you here again. And if you follow us, it's a great way to stay reminded of when we're streaming. Skillet. Skillet. Aha. Bifo says, thanks, I like your name too. Well, thank you, Bifo. Alex followed us, thank you. Okay. It seems like we have a bit of an error. Yeah. So let's tear out butterflies. Yeah, Barbara McDowell is writing fry pan spelled like this, but no, it's fry pan is definitely with a Y, and it fits for skillet, which means it was a singular butterfly after all. And finally, I think it was Lay who asked for 19 down. Here's your chance, Lay. Dress for a formal puja, perhaps. This is going to narrow down the possibilities for 17 across significantly. Alex also likes butterfly social. Can we make sense of an S here? Ooh, Alex actually can make sense of an S here. As can Spicy Alamo and Fox and Flipsy. Sorry. Yeah, dress for formal puja. I think a puja is like a Hindu ritual of some sort, and a sari is formal wear. Nice. Dad Not Dude looked up false returns. Google says a false return is when a court officer fraudulently says he served court papers. Oh, wow. And Adam is giving a programming definition of false returns. All right, Lay is happy that we see 19 down now. And so I think Jessica who was really trying to push this earlier, was spot on. Butterfly social. Meeting of Monarchs. Butterfly social. I'm trying to think about this. There's a play on words going on, because a social butterfly is a thing. Oh, Tess says false returns has to do with programming. So it's when the parameters aren't met, so it returns a false value. Wow. Okay. 21 across, box. Floss asks, is there a title? No, there's not a title. Not on the LA Times crosswords. Box. Charlie Rowland's writing spar. Not the easiest clue for box. I mean, not the easiest clue for spar. Sella giving me a boxing glove. Okay, hurling and curling. Hurling and curling. What do we got here? Yeah, Charlie and Amy Gal are agreeing. Dad Not Dude likes the live. Thanks for that. Sports. Spicy Alamo and Captain Jack is here. Miss Independent, thanks for following us. Sports. Yeah, hurling is, I think, an Irish sport. It's kind of wild. It's very hectic. Captain Jack, thanks for that heart. Middle of a winning trio. Oh boy, what does that mean? George says, long time no see, Mr. Cool Guy. Well, glad to have you back, George. Mr. Cool Guy yourself. Spicy Alamo says, yeah, hurling is chaos on a field, but fun to watch. Okay, I'm glad you agree. That was my impression. I haven't thought about hurling in a while, but I remember it being really hectic. Even Evan, the bus driver, says, yes, hurling is an Irish sport, and it's not that bad. I played it as a kid. Okay, cool. Tack, people are telling me, for 10 down, middle of a winning trio. I see, so it's tic-tac-toe, and tack is the middle of that winning trio. Yikes. Yeah, Briley thought of a different kind of hurling, but that's not going to work if sports is correct. Wounded by a scorpion. If Floss and Alex and the real K Rabbit, quick on this one, saying stung. Yeah, scorpions sting you. I assume nobody here has been stung by a scorpion before. It's a little extreme. Barbara McDowell and the Miniest Mini got stung as well. Purple Rain, thanks for following us. M Seats says, hard puzzle today. Yeah, I agree. It is hard, but we're making our progress. I feel like we often do puzzles on this channel that are a little too hard for some of us individually to get through, but when we all get together as a group, we manage them. Ocean State, Lucy McClay on YouTube, giving good answers as well, and Nichish. Ocean State School. Brad says URI. Yeah, I guess the Ocean State is Rhode Island. Spicy Alamos has been to that campus. Tina says, I have been stung by a scorpion. I'm from Nevada. No way. Were you okay? That is wild. Cryptography.org. All right, who has given me those programming clues from earlier? Who knows their crypto? Kat Weiland and Lucinda say NSA. Yeah, that's looking right. And Tina says, I was fine, just lasted about a week. Wow, that seems scary. All right, one letter left in this section, set, crossing, breakdown. And Floss is already coming in with parse, crossing, gel. Yeah, to set is to gel. Very nice work, everybody. Moving on, let's check 23 across. It looks like it might be another theme entry. Lingerie for a grizzly. Okay, we're definitely getting wackiness going on here. Butterfly social, because butterfly social isn't a real thing, as far as I know. So, lingerie for a grizzly. What are we talking about here? Yeah. I think I'm getting it. I think you guys are getting it. Tina and Floss is getting it, and user255 is pointing out, yeah, yeah, okay, let's do this. Bear teddy. This is ridiculous. The normal phrase is social butterfly. The normal phrase is teddy bear. Those are both real things. But today, for some reason, we are swapping these words. A teddy is like lingerie. A teddy is like a slip. And a bear is obviously a grizzly. So for some reason, we're taking phrases maybe with animals in them, or maybe that's just a coincidence, and swapping the two words. I'm thinking there might be a revealer somewhere to explain why we're doing this. Yeah. Christy says bear thong, which I suppose could work, but thong bear is not a thing like teddy bear is. Okay, kicks on Route 66. Kicks on Route 66, and we are crossing, let's just check the cross, Morales of Mission Impossible films. Yes. This is the villain in the last two Mission Impossibles. Pretty good villain, I thought. Yeah, Captain Jack and Lucinda and Dad Not Dude and KG all saying Nissans. So Nissan Kicks is a make of car. Tina's saying, I get it. Yeah. Nissan Kicks is a type of car. And Ernie the Cat says Isai, which is indeed correct. Isai Morales is in the Mission Impossible. The last two, at least, Mission Impossible movies, if not more. Might have been an early one, too. Feathered projectile. Have fun. Thanks for that heart. Feathered projectile. Nice. Brandon Kaplan and Jenny Jelly and Kat and Brad all saying dart. It's got the little feathers on it, and you toss it. Barbara McDowell on Facebook got that as well. Nicely done. And Tess has given me the bullseye emojis. Love it. As is Barbara. You guys know how to make me smile. Forensic sample. And we're crossing Central Asia's North Blank Sea. And finally, might as well look at 27 as well. French fashion monogram. Let's polish off this section. Yeah, wow, I don't think I've seen that DNA emoji. I like it though. Yeah, DNA is a forensic sample for sure. And YSL, Yves Saint Laurent, is a French fashion monogram, and the Aral Sea is a shrinking body of water in Asia. Well done, everybody. Moving on to the central bit of this puzzle. Should we try 34, actually? Okay, I've already looked at 31, so I know the answers are going to roll in. And then after that, I just want to look at 34, see if we can work out our third theme entry with very few letters in place. Effon and Floss and Christy all say Olay from Moisturizer brand. That's definitely right. And let's check this out. Okay, so it is a themer because we have a question mark. Shortage of rafters. So we're taking normal phrases and we're swapping the words in them, I think, is what we're doing. Shortage of rafters. Is this too hard? Do we not have enough letters in place? I don't know. Okay, I have two guesses on TikTok that look plausible to me. Make that three guesses, but they're not rolling in like Olay was. XRP. People are saying hawk deficit. So let's work this out. Raptors are hawks. A shortage. Oh, did I misspell deficit? I feel like I'm going crazy. I actually can't figure out which one of these looks right. I think it's the I. A shortage is a deficit, and then a deficit hawk is a thing, importantly. A deficit hawk is someone who's overly concerned with government spending, I think. Tina's like, love that. Hawk deficit. Yeah. Deficit hawk. Alex says deficit hawk is a politician whose primary goal is ending the deficit. Yeah, someone who hates deficits. Exactly. So once again, and I think it is all animals. We got butterfly, bear, and hawk. And we're flipping animal phrases. Interesting. We got another animal at 29. Large ruminant in the Rockies was elk, it looks like. And what's 23? Small nail. Yeah, Brad. Also not an easy clue. At least for me. All right. Well done, everybody. Japanese dough. Floss liked the live. Thanks, Floss. I'm thinking, I'm predicting that 56 across is going to be some kind of explanatory phrase, that we're not just taking animal phrases and swapping them, that there's going to be some justification for this. Yeah, Lucy McClay is almost guessing at what this is. Animals first. Yeah, something like that. Some kind of explainer. Easy says yen. It's dough as in money. Exactly right. This is super common misdirection in crosswords. Using dough to make you think you're in a bakery, but actually you're at the ATM. Dennis got that as well. Efon, thanks for sharing the live. If anyone else has family or friends who are into crosswords, bring them over here. Tell them we're having a good time. Yeah, Floss is pointing out usually crosswords without titles have a snappy, revealing phrase. Exactly. Sometimes the title will do that for you, kind of be the punchline. But when you don't have a title, you sort of need a punchline. In the grid, I mean. Lad of La Mancha is looking like a Nino. Nice. A couple people giving me the enye even at this point. Looks good. Lad of La Mancha means boy in Spanish. Pasta suffix. Pasta suffix. And let's look at 36 as well. Amy Tan's saving blank from drowning. Any Amy Tan fans in chat? Meanwhile, XRP and Captain Jack and Easy L and Grace Gorman all saying Amy for the pasta suffix. Nice. Rotini Tortellini. I think I'm out of eenies. Am I missing any? Jilly, thanks for the heart. And Ryan Scott, an F-on writing fish. Oh, Charlie Rowland's pointing out that fettuccine ends with ine, so it could actually be this. Oh, linguine. Or does fettuccine end in an I, as Dolores is pointing out? Uh-oh. Linguine. Wow. No, it's got to be with an I. Yeah, Scav says the E is way less common. I like the I better. Let's check 46. Slices of American cheese. Fettuccine, linguine. Oh, yeah, but Unknown Stuntman is putting... Okay, now I don't even know how to spell these pastas. Getting very confused. Okay, but I'm not confused about this one because everyone is in unanimous agreement that mostly Micah says spaghettini. I can't even say it, but it made me laugh. Russ likes singles, as does Barbara and Lucy on Facebook and YouTube. Kraft singles, definitely slices of American cheese. So it was Eenie with an I. Let's move over back here to the left part of the grid because I like a left to right solve. Tess says the pastas just look like jumbles of letters and no longer words. Yeah, it's that fatigue you get when you hear the same word over and over again and it loses its meaning. That's what's happening. Everyone's writing all these pastas, sometimes ending in an E, sometimes ending in an I, and at this point, I don't know how to spell my own name. Locks, Captain Jack, and BB, and Nick Sprawl all saying, or Sproul, hair. Nice. Another very common crossword misdirection, by the way. Locks of hair, you tend to think of padlocks, but yeah, as Easy L20K points out, it's locks that's in hair. Dead Nut Dude just writes Jack. Thanks for the reminder. That is how you spell my name. Now that you write it out, it does look familiar. Cathedral feature. We actually have two good guesses in chat. One is arch and one is apse. Oops, apse like that. I think apse is a little better than arch. And we'll find out. Actually, chat is quite split. Ryan Scott likes arch. All right, let's do the crosses then. Half Moon Tide. Lucy on YouTube likes arch. All right. As does Tina. Warthog voting apps. All right, well, let's settle this then. Settle this with a Half Moon Tide. Yeah, I like what Warthog and Ernie the Cat are saying for 39 across. A Neap Tide. A Neap Tide is definitely a type of tide. And that's going to sort out apps. Cathedral feature. I feel like most cathedrals have apses, and they don't necessarily have arches. Advanced degree. Advanced degree. Is 51 going to be another theme answer? Quite possibly. Yeah, it's symmetric with Bear Teddy, so I think 51 we are looking at another themer. Andrew and XRP say nth. Yeah, that's nice. Advanced degree, we're not talking master's or PhD, we're talking the nth degree. It's not the second degree or the third degree, it's the nth degree. Lucinda says math jack, just for you, exactly. Lucinda always remembering that I'm a math head. Time capsule time, crossing, divide with two cuts. This is also a little mathy. Divide with two cuts. Let's see. Yeah, era. It's looking like time capsule time is era. Arkadium writes Daily Crossword Live era. Yeah, that's what we're in right now. Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live era. And divide with 2 cuts. If you divide with only 1 cut, you get 2 pieces. 2 cuts gives you 3 pieces. That's trisecting. Very nice. Okay. Themer. Protest in support of the loser of a fabled race. All right, well, we already have hare here, which is an animal, which we were expecting. A hare definitely lost a fabled race, the tortoise and the hare. So now we need something that means protest, but also that you can swap the words and get a legitimate phrase. Michelle says, what puzzle is this? So this is at Arkadium.com. They put out a bunch of crosswords every day. This one is the LA Times Daily Crossword, so you can also find it at the LA Times. But why would you do that when you're already at Arkadium.com? And the LA Times only puts out 1 crossword every day, but Arkadium puts out like 12. Yeah, and the link is in the bio, as Arkadium writes. All right, Hare March is what people are saying. March Hare is a character from Alice in Wonderland. And so we're flipping it to protest in support of the losing hare. We're marching. All right. At least it's consistent. Like, these are all definitely doing the same thing. I'm very curious to see what 56 across is going to be. Bored at 43 down. Charlie says, kudos to Grace and Amy for getting that ages ago. Well, my bad if I missed that you guys were seeing Hare March. Well done. And Amy says, I had never heard of Deficit Hawk before. Yeah, fair enough. That's what I love about crosswords. They teach us things. Andrew and AJ and Jilly all saying embark. And Captain Jack plug in the Arkadium app. I love to see it. Yeah, get the Arkadium app. Embark is to board. Nice. Very vague clue, but I guess once the EM are in place. Buzz. Lucinda giving me my boat emojis. Why are people writing Emery? Oh, Emery board. I see. Wow. That would have been tough. But yeah, you're right. It doesn't fit. Ooh, and Charlie already spotting 56 that animal could work as the first word here. Very astute, Charlie Rollins. Should we just look at 56? Or is it premature? All right, Christy Jorgensen and Jilly like a call for Buzz. Also not the easiest clue. I guess like, give me a buzz, give me a call. Is that the idea? All right, Tina votes let's look. Dylan pointing out that animal definitely looks right. Lucinda says patience, Jack. I'm getting ahead of myself. Ernie says do it. All right, we're doing it. Just because Ernie wants to. Annual mass relocation, or a movement that happened 4 times in this puzzle. Dad Not Dude is like, you know you want to look. I did want to look. Okay. I like Charlie's idea. F on is seconding. Okay, we definitely like animal to start this, right? Annual mass relocation. Yeah, Floss and Easy and Tina. Oh no, Tina says something different, which is fair, but I think migration just fits so nicely. Barbara likes it on Facebook. Animal migration is an annual mass relocation, and it's happened 4 times in this puzzle. I guess animals normally would be on the east side of these answers, but they've migrated west across the grid to give us these wacky phrases. Very nice. Tess says beautiful. I agree. Very fun. Well done, Charlie, for spotting that. Love it. Brandon says that was a cute one. User255 says that's cute. We all love a good theme here, don't we? Floss says love it. Yeah, it's good. Part of LACMA. LACMA? I don't know if you actually say it LACMA. Lucy on YouTube says animal migration is smart. Yeah. I like it a lot. Anyone know what LACMA is? Sella points out that only butterflies migrate. First of all, is that true? Do hawks not migrate? And I don't necessarily think all the animals in these examples need to be migrating animals for this to work as wordplay, but it's a fair observation. In fact, I have seen the butterfly migration firsthand, and it was amazing. All the monarch butterflies in Canada migrate to Mexico every year, to a very specific forest in Mexico, and I went there, and it was just covered in butterflies. You could hear the fluttering. It felt like Snow White. It was unbelievable. Tiger likes art for part of LACMA. Yeah, so maybe Museum of Art. Oh, some dude says LA County Museum of Art. That sounds great. Julie likes it too. Yeah, Grace Gorman. So it's LA Museum of Art. Easy says some hawks probably migrate, at least ones in colder places. I would think so too. Casual refusal. Warthog and some dude and hide and seek say nah. That was good. Dad Not Dude points out it could be gnaw. True. Warthog confirms hawks migrate. And Warthog has is an animal for a username, so I trust them. Under the blank. Under the blank. And we might as well look at this last one. Acknowledge. Yeah, Andy and Ryan and Christy all say under the radar. That looks right. And Gil and D saying thank. Looks good. I want to acknowledge my agent. I want to thank my agent. Hacking Lost on YouTube also got radar, as did Lucy. Nice work. And let's just check the downs. NAACP co-founder Ida B. Wells. That's definitely right. And Hoo Boy. Man. Looking good. 54. Here we come. Pedestrian. Pedestrian. Should be easy, because we have half the letters in place. I guess it is easy for you guys. Some dude and Scarfia, Captain Jack, all saying blah. It's pedestrian. It's blah. It's kind of everyday. Marcia got it as well. Nice. Yeah, Scav saying that's so pedestrian. Trite. Exactly. Wanders around. Wanders around. Yeah, and user255 pointing out that blah looks good with the crosses too. I tend to do this also when I'm putting in a cross. I'm not 100% sure. I check the downs and see, TRAM looks very plausible. CH looks very plausible. Kind of work in both directions at once. Tramps. Barbara on Facebook says, wanders around is to tramp around. Grace Gorman says, what did you call me? I meant no offense. User255 says, tramps like us, baby, we were born to run. Yeah, that's a better association with the word. You need to relax. You need to relax. Yeah, Fox and some dude and Lee Hero say chill. And I'm getting the refrigerator emojis too. Bagel Center. Yeah, Arkadium saying chill Sunday solving crosswords. Exactly. I like the chill vibes at Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. Although it's not always chill. Just wait until some food debate comes up, and then everyone's going to be up in arms. Bagel Center. I like what I'm seeing. Okay. We got two reasonable guesses. Andy and Amy saying gap because there's a hole in the center of your bagel. But I think, yeah, Floss says G is better, and I think I agree. partly because of the question mark. Literally, there is a G in the center of the word bagel. I think that's the joke here. Yeah, Jessica and Amy like G as well. All right, we are getting there. We're almost done with this crossword. Entreaties. Entreaties. Look at 65 as well. Had a restful night. Okay. Easy L20, thanks for following us. Anyone else watching who wants to follow in Easy L20 steps? They made it look pretty cool. Yes, slept. I think Jilly and Grace are onto something. Had a restful night, slept. Yeah, Amy says the clues looking for a letter always get me. Fair enough. I think that's the whole point, and we don't tend to think about letters spelled out in this way. But it's ripe for this kind of wordplay type clue. So I enjoy this every once in a while, especially since a bagel does have a notable center, a notable lack of a center. The healer followed us. Thank you. Yeah, and this is looking like please, like this, entreaties. All right, 55 down is cloak, and 38 down is distinction. A lot of these kind of vague one-word clues down here. We had bored, buzz, pedestrian. Like, not the easiest. Sometimes one word gives so little information, you know? Yeah, Grace points out that these letter clues are kind of closer to what cryptic crosswords do. Exactly. This gives you a little flavor of what cryptics are like. Sharon Brownyard and Eugene Carter, both new names to me, say contrast. Yeah, distinction, contrast, looks good. And Joe the Ram writes rap, as does Barbara on Facebook. That looks right. To cloak is to rap. Sharon followed us. Thank you. Okay, contort in pain. Not a ton of WR. Floss says, would you ever do a cryptic live? That could be fun. Yeah, a bunch of people have actually asked for that, and Arkadium does offer cryptic crosswords, so I am interested, and we should do that sometime. I am not a cryptic crossword expert like I would consider myself a crossword expert, and so I would definitely need a lot of help with a cryptic, especially if it was a hard cryptic. So I worry a little bit that I wouldn't be able to explain the clues in the way I sometimes do on these streams. Contort in pain is to writhe, says Jenny Jelly. Scarfia, thanks for following us. Yeah, writhe. Joe the Ram followed us. User255 says, what's a cryptic? It's a type of crossword popular in the UK. One difference is that not every square has a crossing entry, so there are a lot more black squares. But really the difference is that the cluing style is much more like this, you know, bagel center. We're actually talking about deconstructing the word. You know, it's not a straightforward kind of definitional clue. And cryptics take this to the max. So all sorts of verbal gymnastics are going on, and you have to almost learn another language to interpret cryptic crossword clues. Scav says, I try to be here every day at noon, so whatever puzzle they want to do, lol. Well, I love to hear that, Scav. We love having you here. Vedart and Rick and Lucy on YouTube all saying grit for sandpaper measure. Looks great. Tess says, I'm in for whatever. You guys are so game. I love it. Plot. But it would make me nervous to do a cryptic on stream just because I'm quite a newbie when it comes to cryptic crosswords. Plot. Jessica, so XRP says trace or tract. Which do we like better? More people seem to be saying tract. Let's America Ferrera for one. Okay. Just 6 cells left in this crossword. Laws from Oz says trope for plot. I guess tropes can be part of plots. Rick says troll, so a lot of people having different opinions here. But I think Sella, M. Seats, and Vinnie Gran all say Latina. Yeah, America Ferrera is Latina. America Ferrera got famous, I think, on Ugly Betty. She was also in the Barbie movie recently. Floss says, I'm trying to get better at cryptics. Yeah, I am too. I do them occasionally. MS Bean shared the live. Thanks for that. Repeats. User255 says Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Is that another America Ferrera flick? I missed that one. Yeah, Repeats looks like Echoes. Nice work, Christy and Jenny. And Sharon. All right, just 2 left. I always get a little sad at this point. I don't want to leave you all. Not gross at 63 across. Scav is being punny and I missed it. Oh, Scav wrote echoes, echoes, echoes. Nice. Thank you for alerting me to that, user255. Yeah, net. Jaina and Dad Not Dude say net. Like your gross income versus your net income. Nice. All right, 1 letter left. We got a burrow crossing medical tubes. Almost there, guys. Millie has a good guess, and Scarfia does. And Tina just putting the letter in because we know what it's going to be. Amy Gal already given me the drum roll because we know we're putting 1 in. And did we get the confetti today? While I have you hostage, one more plea to follow us if you don't. If you enjoyed the stream, we do this every day. Here we go, putting in an S. Nice work, confetti. Confetti o'clock. We earned it. We earned it today. That was fun. We had animal migration. Animals moving from the east of the grid to the west. We've got a butterfly social, a bear teddy, a hawk deficit, and hare march. Very fun crossword. Well done, everybody. Andrew, thank you for following us. Arkadium says, who's coming tomorrow? That is the right question. We're back tomorrow at noon Eastern time. Floss says, I won't be here all week now. Oh, no. Christy, thanks for the gift. Yeah, please join us tomorrow and the next day and the next day whenever you're around. And check out Arkadium.com in the meantime because they put out awesome crosswords like this one, tons of other games as well. You won't be bored if you go to Arkadium. I will see you all very soon. Looking forward to it. Have a good